I told those who are close associates of Satyajit Ray to of Sunday's magazine, if I don't get chance, then I'll throw stone from my house, his shooting will stop. I was surrounded by all stalwart people in my young age, so they are my mentor. Because during my student days, I was lucky that I was a designer of HMV, the most renowned company of the world of music recording. So I designed many record jackets My school was very ordinary school because as a refugee we don't have money to go to good school. In that age I didn't know anything of art exactly, how many stream in the art. But later on now I realize that too much of study, too much of book, too much of knowledge is necessary to do any sort of art.
What was your highest selling art piece?
Okay, I remember as I sold one of my painting in Vienna, it was 8 lakhs rupees, but it is not that easy to be a painter and it's not too easy to earn money in painting. So if they have passion, they will successful. No one can stop.
Hi, welcome to an episode of Thinking Deep. Today we have a very exciting guest with us. Mr. Asit Poddar happens to be an artist, a photographer, a globetrotter. But above all, he's a wonderful human being. From working with greats like Satyajit Ray and working in animations like Doraemon and doing exhibitions in more than 50 countries, his career spans for more than 50 years, over which he has traveled more than 54 countries and got recognition and collected memories all the way along. So without wasting more time, let's hear it from the man himself, Mr. Asit Poddar. Mr. Asit Poddar, sir, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
It's been a privilege and an honor to welcome you.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning. So can you share a bit about your educational background with us?
Okay, in childhood I spent, not in India, my childhood spent in East Pakistan,
Which is Bangladesh.
which is now Bangladesh.
Okay.
And in the year 1964, I was in class 5 in a rural school. Due to communal problem, so I had to come to Kolkata.
Okay.
64 and 70 was Bangladesh. Before that it was East Pakistan. So anyway, after coming to Kolkata,
So you completed your 10th from there or you completed from here?
I completed my high school, graduation, everything in Kolkata. Only childhood education in East Pakistan, not Bangladesh.
Okay.
So in a rural school. Then I came here and we used to stay in a very sophisticated place called Moore Avenue. And it was a very high neighborhood, very good locality. I had very good friends. Started Bansal family, then Bangur family. But I used to study in an ordinary school that time. But my friend circle was very high profile. And those days, Bansal means the producer of Satyajit Ray, the family.
Okay.
So we had a lot of film shows like Czech Film Festival or Polish Film Festival. That means class 6, 7, 8. I was, say, 12, 13, 14, 16 years like that. So I used to observe a lot of good film in that school age. And opposite our house, there was a man called Sudhir Chanda and Subhash Chanda. Subhash Chanda's son is now Grandmaster, as I was talking to you. He is the coach of Gukesh. The champion. So his father was a fantastic sitarist and he used to teach us a lot of good Rabindra Sangeet and music. So the music and the film in a nice ambience and nice neighborhood I grew up. But my school was very ordinary school because as a refugee we don't have money to go to good school. So but that good school, that ordinary school had a very good teacher also. They took care of grammar, English or all the education, a personal touch which we call anyway. So after that I was a very good football player also.
Okay. So in football, was there any specific position like where you used to play or?
I was stopper and goalkeeper.
Oh.
So at that time, my school was 10, 15 years All Bengal champion.
Okay.
Now it is Madhyamgram school, but in my time, my school was champion. And then I took admission. My main intention that I will not study. I'll just draw and all that. But my family will not allow to only art college. So I did my graduation at the same time, two college. Nowadays it is not allowed to do two college. So I did graduation from Calcutta University.
Okay.
At the same time, art college. I mean, I did evening college and day college. Day college was art college, and then evening was BA.
So what was the first call? Like when did you decide that I want to become an artist? Was there any specific pivotal
That's
point?
later because art, there is many chapter like graphic designing, sculpture, a lot of things. And in that age, I didn't know anything of art exactly, how many stream in the art. So my main intention is I don't have to study, so I have to draw. That's all. But later on, now I realize that it is too much of study, too much of book, too much of knowledge is necessary to do any sort of art. So in first year of art college, I saw Pather Pachali, Songs of the Road of Satyajit Ray. And it is written by Vibhuti Bhushan, but it is a village story. So basically, I am a village boy in Bangladesh now. It is Pakistani to us. So the film attracted me like anything.
Okay.
And I saw it was only 65 paisa ticket those days. And well, I was studying in a co-education college. If there is any girl with me, then the ticket is
Free of
1
cost?
rupee, 5 paisa. Girls are not allowed in 65 paisa ticket.
Did you have any girlfriend in those days?
Well, exactly, not a girlfriend, but well,
Female
kind
friends.
of.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
yeah, okay.
So if she's with us, not only me, a group we used to watch, but later on the cut up of the group, because I was keen to see Pather Pachali many times. And it was 65 paisa. Somehow I arranged 65 paisa. And as I remember, I saw the film at least 16, 17 times. And
Pather Pachali?
yes, and it is
In the
second year.
theatres? In the
Second year
theatres?
of the college.
Okay.
And I have decided I'll buy a camera and I'll work with that tall man. It was decision that that time I was hardly 18 years old. And I bought a camera, and my neighbor was Bimal Mukherjee, a very famous cameraman. All the film of Tapan Sinha done by Bimal Mukherjee, just 2-3 houses left. And
So
then-
that was the pivotal point when you decided that I want to become a photographer.
yes.
Okay.
And next to Bimal Mukherjee, in my locality, we call Para. So there is Shambhu Shah, most renowned Bengali photographer, who was a photographer of Rabindranath Tagore.
All right.
And his wife was first qualified artist of India during British time, Karuna Saha. And she's well-known artist. She used to work with Jah Renoir in River film before Pather Pachali. And as I know that she introduced Renoir to Satyajit Ray and also Ramananda Sengupta, a cameraman, who was also neighbor, who was cameraman of Ritik Ghatak. So I was surrounded by all stalwart people in my young age. So they are my mentor.
Okay. So this was about the photographer Asit Poddar. Now tell me, when was the time when you decided, no, I want to become an artist?
That is long later because during my student days, I have to earn money also. I was lucky that I was a designer of HMB, the most renowned company of the world of music recording. So I designed many record jackets like Ravi Shankar or Manna De, Hemanta, Vilayat Kha. Even later on, the first CD design of Ustad Rashid Kha. Or the first music direction of Bappi Lahiri. And singer was Aruti Mukherjee. I was in Bombay in the recording studio. I was taking picture, and later on I have designed Aruti Mukherjee's record jacket. That all I have done in my student days, because I have to earn money, then I have to continue my 2 colleges. And then what happened?
Okay, how was it working with Bappi Lahiri? Would you share
Oh,
an
it was
experience?
fantastic because Bappi Lahiri also was my neighbor. I mean,
All right.
his parents, Bappi Lahiri and Paresh Lahiri, in Mumbai. I went to see them. I was a student. I remember now.
So back in the days, he used to wear those gold
Yes,
chains and all.
and then Bappi Lahiri's father told me, "Okay, Bappi has recording. You come to recording studio." So I went with the camera, ordinary camera, as Pranab was telling. That was Yashica camera, only 12 shot.
That was your first camera.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You bought it with your own money, or you were gifted by
own
someone?
money, as I was a designer of HMB, so I used to.
And how much did it cost?
As I remember, it was 600 or 800 rupees, something like that. But it was big money those days as a student.
Do you still have it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have it. I never sell any of my cameras. So
Like you
everything
maintain it
yes,
properly
yes,
and all.
maintaining. Yes.
Great.
Another problem was there because I was a student of a typical Bengali medium ordinary school. So as my classmates are from Xavier's or from Patobhavon, they had a little bit of high nose. So I cannot speak English properly, but I know English, but I cannot speak.
But
so
right
what
now
I
your
did,
English is very good.
what I did, I took admission in Japanese courses near my college. It was only 6 rupees. And Japanese course, the Japanese teacher used to teach in English. So I learned English and Japanese both at the same time. And lady was Japanese. She was a fantastic Bengali speaker too. So I learned Japanese because I was very much fan of Japanese camera and then animation.
Okay.
So I grew up in that, but I had to,
So you can speak Japanese.
of course, I
Okay.
speak Japanese like Bengali.
Can
my
you
mother
just
tongue.
say a sentence for the audience?
Genki desu ka?
And what does
Are
that
you
mean?
well? Ikaga desu ka? How do you do? So I speak Japanese fluently because later on I took my education in Japan.
Okay.
It's a long letter because I graduated in 1977 and 79, 80. I used to work with Satyajit Ray.
Okay.
And before that, I met Ravi Shankar, as I remember, because Ravi Shankar was the first player of Sangeet Research Academy, very famous Hindustani classical academy, which is very close to my house. So I was the photographer of the first program of SRA, and the musician was Ravi Shankar and Joinul Abedin. Joinul Abedin is a stone throw distance from your place, this place.
Okay. So how was it working with Satyajit Ray? Tell us about the experience.
Oh, it is not so easy to get chance in his unit because I phoned him on landline. He just kept the phone. He told me there is 60,000 people to work with me. Who are you like that?
So how did
and
you get
it
his
is a
number?
baritone
Did you-
voice. When I was ringing him, I was sweating like anything. Such a personality. He doesn't know me.
Okay.
And I didn't use any sources. I could have used easily sources. My still photographer Guru Shambhu Shah is well connected with Satyajit Ray because in 1960-61 Satyajit Ray made a film on Tagore centenary film, and the photograph supplied by Shambhu Shah, and Shambhu Shah took a photograph of Satyajit Ray when he was student.
Okay.
It is a fantastic photograph. It's a different kind of Satyajit photo. It's a T-shirt and this chest open. It's look like a hero.
Okay.
And Satyajit was hardly 22 years of age those days. So anyway, again phone, and once he said, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm a student of art college."
Okay.
And I didn't want to do still photography in his unit because his son was a photographer,
Sandeep Ray.
Sandeep Ray, and another photographer was there in still, so there is no chance of mine.
Okay.
So I told him I want to do cinematography. He said, "I don't know anything of cinematography. It's Somendu Ray's department. You talk to him."
He said that.
He said that,
Okay.
but he knew everything because he used to operate his camera himself.
Of course, yes.
So, but he told me, and then I have to catch Somendu Ray. And Somendu Ray was a very handsome man, and he used to stay also very close by in Lake Gardens.
Okay.
And his landlord's son was very close friend of mine from my college. So he introduced me, and then I was got chance in one film I have to work, but next film, and I was not getting chance. And then I told to close associates of mine, those used to work for Satyajit Ray's magazine for children and youth called Sandesh. They used to work for Sandesh as an illustrator. But I was not willing to work for Sandesh. I was working for Roshnai Jhumjhumi, as a small little magazine from College Street. So I wanted to work with him in film. So I told this friend, those who used to go to Satyajit Ray house regularly, and when they returned, their voice used to change, like baritone, how are you, Asit, that kind of, they feel their hero. It is nothing wrong. Actually, they charge from that house, they call Manikda. When
So
they
was that
met
his
Manikda, there
natural-
was a charging. Huh?
Was that his natural tone, or he was?
No, they act artificially. No, Satyajit Ray's tone
it
was,
his
natural.
So how was he? Was he very intimidating in person? Or?
Yes. Once you are get in, he's just become friend. It's no. And if you have minimum talent, then he will give you opportunity.
Just crossing the entry gate was a thing. After you cross that, it would be
Yes,
like
and he was a kind of person who used to learn always. He never act as a boss or teacher like that.
okay.
So that is his simplicity. So you have an open door to enter. Once you meet, but to meet such a great man is not that
Not
easy.
that easy, absolutely.
So I told my close associates and those who are close associates of Satyajit Ray to of Sandesh magazine, I told them that if I don't get chance, then I'll throw stone from my house. His shooting will stop.
You told him that.
Yes, and
Okay.
these people told Manikda that Asit told ki if you don't give him chance, so he'll throw stone and your shooting will stop. Because I was young, too young, and I was
that hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded.
Yes.
And when I got chance, I was standing. It was 9:30 to start shooting of Hirak Raja the first day. I was there at 9 o'clock.
Hirak Raja Deshe.
Hirak Raja Deshe. I was then hardly 22. Yes, I remember. And I was a jeans shirt and jeans pant, a thin young little boy. And a blue ambassador came for the shooting. And there was, the Somendra is there, his assistant, other set people. So I was a little nervous, and I was standing in front of the gate, and Ray get down with his wife and Sandeep Ray, and suddenly yelled, "Pocket kichu nei to." First I didn't understand.
Okay.
Then I realized, oh, that stone story. And then I was very close associates because not only camera, if there is a set incomplete, I was involved, and I become very good friend of Sandeep Ray and the whole unit.
You're still in touch with him?
Yes. I have still contact with Sandeep and his wife. Although I'm not working in Sandeep's unit, but we have very, very good relation.
Are both their styles similar, or is he different from his father?
The taking style is almost similar.
Okay.
But, and Sandeep is very, very gentle man. As a personal human being, he's a very nice man.
Okay.
And when I was working, the film shooting was going to finish. And that time, in 1980, I got 2 scholarships. One is from FSU, Florida State University, and one is from Japan.
Okay.
And I decided not to go because I was working with HMB, means Hemanta Mukherjee, Shalil Chaudhuri, or blah, blah, blah. And then Manikda, means Satyajit Ray. That's the highest thing to work with.
So you used to call him Manikda.
Manikda, yes. Okay. And suddenly Manikda, Satyajit Ray became Manikda to me after working. And then I decided not to go, and Shomindu Roy or somebody told Manikda that Asit got scholarship and he is not going. And Manikda called me in the set. And in the set there was Uttam Kumar was sitting, they are gossiping, and Utpal Datta. I knew Utpal Datta because I used to do his drama photography. And Utpal Datta was the hero of Hirak Raja.
Okay.
And
So you also worked with Uttam Kumar?
No, I
Okay.
took his photo in 1978. He came HMB's program. So I took his photo, but I didn't know that much.
You didn't talk to him.
Yes, I talked to him, of course, because
How was he as
I
a
was
person?
thinking he was lovely because it's a 5 minutes or 10 minutes interaction I was taking.
I've heard from people, especially of my grandfather's and grandmother's age, that he used to be a very charismatic man, Uttam Kumar. Like the aura
Of course,
he
he
used to
knows.
radiate.
When he see the lens, he understand what lens it is, how to give pose, and how the photograph will come. And I was too young that time, even 1978. I am graduated in 1977. So I took the photo. Still, the photograph is with me, and Manikda asked me in front of Utpal Datto and Uttam Kumar. Uttam Kumar came from another set to gossip. He was shooting in nearby set. So Manikda told me, "You got scholarship, I heard, and you are not going to." So I say, "Yes, I am working with you, and I am working with HMB." So he said, "Your HMB will be there, and your Manikda will be there. And what kind of scholarship? What is the subject?" And I told him it's animation film, graphic designing, photography in Tokyo. He said, "You must go." And
Okay.
Manikda will be there and HMB will be there. And within 7-10 days, I packed up and I left for
Okay.
Tokyo.
So let's move back a bit to arts. Okay. So just tell us about how do you start with a canvas and bring it to life?
Okay, after coming back from Japan, I started my advertising photographic studio.
All right.
And I was working plenty of campaign like Borulin with Rituparna Ghosh and Margot and with Barin Chanda, Royal Challenge Whiskey, etc. I was doing plenty of assignment for Clarion advertising or Hindustan Thompson or OBA Mulka. I was too busy.
Okay.
But somehow I feel it is not the right thing. It's good for money earning. And a lot of model those days used to come to me like Bipasa Basu or Rupa Ganguly or Devlina, blah, blah, blah. Many I was shooting advertising. But I knew how to draw, how to paint because in animation it's a manual, a lot of drawing. And before that I was designing. And that time I started painting again because it was very difficult to work with the art director in Kolkata, for me at least. So I started, whenever I go for shooting, like I was shooting in SAIL, Steel Authority, there is 7 steel plant. One assignment means at least 7 days in Durgapur steel plant or 10 days in Bokaro steel plant or Vilai. So I used to carry, because I had 4 or 5 assistants with me, I used to carry my portfolio of art. I mean, not canvas, the paper, watercolor, etc. So whenever I get time, I used to do watercolor in the steel plant. So I have maybe some work with me. And later on, I feel I have to do my own things, what is in my mind. I have to produce that. That is art. So slowly, I turned in totally in fine
Into an
arts.
artist.
But yes, I didn't leave the photography.
Okay. You used to do both.
Yes, no, it's another medium. People mistake, especially in our region, Kolkata. Photography is another medium of art. I did several shows in Vienna, Berlin, even in Bombay. It's called bodyscapes. It's like artists paint nude.
Okay.
So you can express your expression through camera and lens. Well, photography has got 2 parts. One is documentation, like passport photo or what you are taking, and another part is fine art. Now it is using globally, the camera using globally as fine art. So
Correct,
I
correct.
started doing that. Still I do with the film. I do film photography. So bodyscapes I am doing. I did several shows. So it is photography.
I'll ask you a very interesting question in here. So in many of our past meetings, I've observed this thing about you that whenever we are having a casual, normal, friendly conversation, you are scribbling something in your notepad. I asked you that what you're drawing. You're saying that I'm drawing the 2 people adjacent to our table, or you're drawing something in the surrounding. While talking to me, you're fully engaged in the conversation with me, but at the same time you're drawing something, you're drawing the surroundings. So how do you do both at the same time? Because what happens, to have a conversation, you need to be fully into the subject, but also you're drawing the atmosphere and the surrounding, and managing both. So how does that happen? Tell us about that.
Well, conversing with you and sketching the other subject is same, because my recent paintings, the title is conversation or dialogue. Why dialogue and conversation? It's another reason, because nowadays 58 countries or 57 countries is in the world. We know only Palestine and Israel, or Russia and Ukraine, but 57 countries in the world, or any sort of conflict, even our local conflict, everything is possible to solve in dialogue and conversation. So right now you ask me that you are conversing with me, at the same time you are drawing, because my main subject is conversation. Well, I am conversing with you and I am drawing the other people. It's that other people also conversing and I am also conversing with you. So it's a same subject in my small canvas. It's a sketch. Well, I do the big painting of conversation nowadays in my studio.
Okay.
But whenever you saw me doing sketches, it is a small area. That's not my studio. That's the homework kind of thing, to do the big work in the studio. It's that only. So it is possible to do two things together. It's not much problem.
So do you have any thinking zones that, no, from this time
But
to
one
this
thing,
time?
one thing. I'm just
Please,
interrupting.
please.
But in studio, when I do the big painting, I'll not converse with you. Maybe I'll not allow anybody.
Okay.
Because that is total concentration, Because that's the final work.
So
in
you
the canvas.
derive that idea from the scribblings that you keep on making.
Yes, for big one. And in big one, when I make in my studio, usually I will not allow anybody.
Okay.
Not even my wife or son. That's the studio is my own work.
Do you have any creative blocks? Like suppose you're drawing for a long time. And for some days, maybe some idea is not coming in my head. I don't know what to draw. I'm not having any idea.
It is always. That means.
How do you deal with that?
Yes, it is a fantastic question. Every creative people has block.
Okay.
Unless they have block, they cannot create the new one. Whether it is Tagore or Satyajit Ray or anybody, if the person is creative. Nowadays, many of them, they claim they are artists. They are producing, say, painting 16,000, 15,000 because they have commercial market. They are doing the same. Actually, they are not artists.
So do you feel frustrated during those times? Yeah, I'm not getting an idea what to do.
It is not frustration. It is crisis.
Crisis.
Tagore has also crisis. Crisis and frustration is different, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because one frustrated people cannot work. I work every day. So I have crisis, definitely crisis. A crisis of creation, crisis of many things. And a crisis make me more creative. Or make anybody more creative. Okay. It's my opinion.
Okay. So do you have a zone that during this time to this time, I'll just think about what I'm drawing, what I'm going to paint or what I'm going to draw? Or it just comes randomly while you're sleeping, while you're doing anything?
Yes, in that way, what I dream in the night, I try to put in my canvas or pen and paper. But it is also time management is very important. If someone doesn't have time management, whether it is an artist, writer, or drama director, time management is most important. In your question, there is two things. Yes, in the night, even if I dream, I used to put in my canvas. And, in that way also, I try to maintain a little bit of time management, because in the first morning, it's a fresh, I wake up, I just finish my toothbrush, and then a toilet, and then I start doing my painting, what I dreamed. And then I do the breakfast. So it is a way to increase my exercise also.
So do you draw at your home, or do you have a specific dedicated studio for that?
Yes, I have my own studios, a specific studio. So home is different, where my wife, son, the family. Studio is separate.
So you don't draw at your home?
I do. Like there was a COVID around almost 2 years, so we couldn't go out. So I make a small studio in the home, and in our rooftop there is hundreds of flowers and buds. So I used to draw that as a minimum side, and I did plenty of flower. And every morning I used to send that flower in WhatsApp to my friend, if they don't get, because nobody is allowed to go out from home. So they were waiting for my flower painting, and many of them are celebrity like Gautam Ghosh, a filmmaker, or Varun Chanda,
All right.
or many people. If they don't get that flower painting, they have a question why, because it was a dangerous period in COVID. Everybody is losing their neighbor or their closer person.
Correct, correct.
So it was so this flower was giving a good message to the
Okay,
people.
I'll ask you another question. My team, when they were going through your social media handles, there was written that Asit Poddar lives in Mumbai. So, do you spend most of your time in Mumbai or in Kolkata?
Often I used to go to Mumbai, and I got the one of the best award of Mumbai Art Society. It's given by the Chief Minister of Mumbai,
Okay.
Vilas Rao Deshmukh.
Okay, okay.
And
The
also
father of Ritesh Deshmukh.
yes, and also I got award. I'm awarded by Ministry of Culture 2 times from Delhi, but unfortunately I didn't get any award from my own state.
Okay.
But doesn't matter. Award doesn't mean any artist. So I enjoy my work.
Yeah. Do you do exhibitions?
Yes, also I do exhibition mostly in Europe, Japan, and Korea. Also, I did several shows in Bangalore and Mumbai, many shows, and Delhi also. Now I'm planning a big show with a book in Delhi. And well, in my state, I'm working, but I'm not very keen to do show in my state, not at all.
Do you think that you're not getting the kind of recognition that you would expect?
I don't bother of recognition. I'm happy to work. I'm enjoying my work
Okay.
in my state. So, of course, money is necessary, but I'm not working only for money. I enjoy myself working. That's enjoyment.
Speaking
is
of
very
money,
important.
let's ask you one interesting question. What was your highest selling art piece? How much did it
Okay, I
sell for?
remember as I sold one of my painting in Vienna, it was 8 lakhs rupees, but it is 5-6 years back before
Okay.
COVID.
And who bought the painting?
Painting bought by one collector.
Okay.
Uh,
He was
there
not
is a
Indian?
there is many collector. There is many private museum those who used to collect, and I did a show in Freud Museum, and my show was tribute to one of the most famous artists of the world, erotic artist called Egon Schiele. My show was tribute to him, and the show was in the Freud Museum building in Vienna. So. It is. I was happy to do the show, and Egon Schiele is one of my most favorite artists. And I traveled all over Europe many times, like all the countries, Spain, Italy. I did 3 shows in Italy, in Torino. I did 1 shows in Czechoslovakia, and around 13 shows in Vienna, Austria. Also 1 shows in House of Lords, UK. And the show was curated by Manjit Bawa and Ina Puri. That's all. And I did, of course, I did shows in Kolkata, and I did 3 shows in Chitrakoot Gallery.
Okay. It's in Kolkata, right?
In Kolkata, also they had a gallery, Aditi Modi, who is to deal my work.
Okay.
So I do.
So, what suggestion would you like to give to a young aspiring artist who wants to become a full-time painter or who wants to pursue it as a profession?
Writing poetry or doing painting, one has to be very much passionate.
Correct.
Unless they have the passion, and it is a risky profession too. It's not that easy to get money.
Make a name for
Everybody cannot be Sachin Tendulkar. There is thousands of people, kids are practicing cricket because they look after the Sachin's money. They don't see the Sachin's hard work behind it, or Saurav's hard work behind it. So painting is same, or poetry is same. It is not that easy to be a painter, and it's not too easy to earn money in painting. Huh? So if they have passion, they will successful. No one can stop.
Let's come back a bit to Satyajit Ray. You have written a book about Satyajit Ray, right?
Yes.
What's the name of the book?
The book Unit Satyajit.
All right. Okay.
The book is not actually about Satyajit Ray.
So what inspired you to write the book about
Yes,
him?
that's a good point, because the book is not only of Satyajit Ray, it is Unit Satyajit Ray, means the people working with him. Like Satyajit Ray, behind Satyajit Ray, there was Bijaya Ray, his wife. Then Subroto Mitro, a cameraman who got Padma Vibhushan. Then his music is a Bharat Ratna, Pandit Ravi Shankar, given music in Pather Panchali. Then his makeup man, Ananta Das, his set designer, Bangshi Chandragupta, they are fantastic, super quality man and their profession. And I knew them personally very, very well. They used to come to my studio and a lot of gossip. And his assistant was Shanti Babu and Bappi Lahiri. They are super talented people he used to work. Then I have decided to write a book, not only Satyajit Ray. In the book, 50% is Ray, and 50% other people, the maker, not the film star. I didn't write about his stars on the screen. I have written the book behind the screen people,
Okay.
the maker. The book is highly successful, and the book will be very soon, it will come in English. The book I have written, it is in Bengali.
Okay.
The English publication will be very soon. Already there is a book in Gujarati.
We were talking about Satyajit Ray and Mrinal Sen. So you have worked with great people like them. So how would you describe your experience?
Mrinal, I didn't work with, but Mrinal's family, Mrinal's son, Kunal Sen, or Abhijit Gupta, his designer, his set designer, Nitish Roy, is my classmate. Well, Mrinal came to Tokyo as a jury member of Tokyo Film Festival in 1985. There was a jury, Andre Habban, and also David Lean. I was doing animation there at that time, also doing photography. So I speak Japanese fluently, and I know Tokyo that time quite well. So I connected Minalda, and Minalda connected me. He had some problem of set designing, a miniature set that a Bengal village is on flood. So he had to wait when flood will come. I said, no problem, you can make a miniature set. I took him to Tokyo Hands, a creative solving departmental store. So that was the story. So Mrinalda was so happy to meet me there, but I didn't work actually with Mrinalda.
Okay.
So I took some shot with Mrinalda, but I worked with Oshima Nagisa's cameraman Mizuguchi.
So what was the difference between artists and filmmakers of those times and artists and filmmakers of the current generation? What are the key differences like?
See, for Satyajit Ray, he took his education in Shantiniketan in fine art. So he got a lot of energy from Nandalal Bose, Binod Bihari, or Ram Kinkar.
Okay.
So I think that plays in his mind all the time when he's making film. I mean, his camera or a lot of things. It is not always express. It's not possible to express all the time.
Okay.
But indirectly, it used to work in his film. So he had an art background, and he's a fantastic illustrator. When we see his illustration of Feluda or in Professor Shonku, so he was a good artist. I mean, artist in different way, not painter. Painter was Kurosawa. Manikda was not a painter. He was an illustrator and designer. So after I come back, then I started my studio.
Okay.
A photographic studio for advertising. And in the early morning, I used to open my studio at 9 o'clock. Before that, I used to do some painting. So it is 1983, so long back. So till then, I am doing painting every day. And the photography, I have shifted to fine art photography nowadays.
What is fine art photography?
Fine art photography, yes, it's I treat my bromide or camera or film. So, like when I think of the bromide, I think of as if I am painting. And apart from color and brush, I use my camera and film.
So do you do just painting or you do sculptures as well?
I do very few sculpture because it's a three-dimensional.
Okay.
So already I have done more than 50 small bronzes.
Okay.
So I enjoy doing bronzes because it's three-dimensional. So and there is a lot of technique in bronze which I don't know very well. But I have people, those who are doing this casting and patina, etc., the technical part.
All right.
I do the main clay part, the modeling part of sculpture.
Okay. So let's come to your globe-trotting experiences. I think it will be a very
Well, I was
interesting
very
subject for
keen
the
to
audience.
travel from the childhood. At first, I've been to Nepal during my student days.
That was your first international
Yes,
trip?
and there was a Royal Nepal Academy's principal. He was classmate of Karuna Shah, my Mausi, and also colleague of Satyajit Ray. He is a royal artist there, Lang Singh Bangdel, I remember. And once Satyajit Ray has given me a letter to drop to him by hand because he was searching a cave for shooting in Hirok Raja. And before that, I knew Lang Singh Bangdel. I've been to his house. He was a fantastic artist, the most senior artist, and also he's writing book. So I've been to his house. And then after this Nepal, I've been again in 79. And then from 80 to Tokyo, then I started traveling many countries.
Approximately how many countries have you traveled?
Around 53, 54 countries. I've been to all Asian countries like Korea, I did South Korea, Seoul, Gwangju, I did several shows. I've been to Taiwan. I was there for 15 days for an art festival. And by that time, I am doing a project where 60 countries is involved. It's called Kids Guernica Peace Mural. It's Picasso's Guernica because Picasso has become Picasso after doing this Guernica painting. So this Peace Mural Guernica, I am one of the curators. There is 5 curators in the world. So there's a huge canvas used to paint by the children below 18. The canvas size is 12 feet by 26 feet. So already I have done more than 20, 30, and globally it is more than 300 painting. So that is also, they invite me many times to give a lecture on that subject or to presentation. And I also do my solo shows in Torino. I did 3 shows, I remember, during Winter Olympic. Also, every summer I used to go Vienna. Last 20 years, I did around 13 solo shows. Solo shows means one show, at least 1 or 2 years, one artist has to work. And then after these solo shows, I used to travel the whole Europe, like Croatia. I've been, I like that country very much, but I was there for art camp. But Croatia is very good in football. So as childhood, I was a very good football player. So I have keen interest in football. And
Do you
just
watch
last
Croatian
year,
football?
yes, just last year there was a match between Brazil and Croatia. The whole my city was supporter of Brazil. Maybe I am the only person who was supporter of Croatia.
Do you have any
And
favorite
Croatia
player or-
won in 2 goals, I think.
Yeah.
They defeat Brazil. So only 38.
I think one goal was scored by Luka Modric, who also happened to be the captain.
Yes, and there is hardly 39, 40 lakhs of people only, and their standard of football, and we are 145 crores, and our football position is 115 or 16, whatever, like this. So, I want to see the design. Everything there is a design. In football, what is the design they play? That's why they can play World Cup and they beat Brazil. What is design and planning behind it? That's very important.
Correct.
Design and planning. It's not only in football. It's also in. See, there is fantastic art fair in Delhi, or in Bombay, or all over the world. In my city, there is no such art fair.
So you
Just this
don't
year
do a lot
started.
of exhibitions in Bengal?
I did some shows, but to be very honest, I am not belongs to any political party. So it is very difficult to do something in Bengal without a political party.
Yes.
So it is very difficult. So I do my shows in Bombay, Bangalore. Also, a big show is planning in Delhi. And as I do abroad, just this year I did a show in Koga Art Museum in Tokyo.
Okay.
So that's like,
Acha, coming to Tokyo, you have said that you have traveled to Japan more than 20 times.
yes.
Right. So what's so special about Japan?
Among 53 or 54 countries, I love Japan the most because maybe I speak Japanese fluently. One reason I love Japanese food, and
And the people?
secondly, their energy and their behavior impress me so much. Huh? Well, last time I played in a shrine in a temple. I
Okay.
paint. There was a musician, and I paint there. And in a museum, I had a solo show. So it was 21 days tour. It was fantastic. And well, second, I like Vienna because Vienna, I'm in Austria. It's a city of Western classical music. Salzburg is a city of Mozart, and the city of Schubert, city of Beethoven. So even in street corner, you can see a fantastic symphony orchestra is going on. Also, I have heard many times in Mozart Hall. And another reason, in class 5 or 6, I have seen Sound of Music in Kolkata. It is 1965, I think. It's long back in
Do
my
you think
childhood.
somewhere Bengal is lagging a bit behind when it comes to the rest of India? Do you think so?
Yes, because the one reason is the young people of Bengal, whether it is engineer or in any subject, they don't want to stay in Kolkata. There is no job, or somehow they are moving to abroad, or they are going to Bangalore, Gurgaon, Pune, Hyderabad. So they don't want to stay somehow. What is the reason? I don't know. Reason is maybe economy, no industry, because I was an industrial photographer in
Okay.
Kolkata.
Which
So
industry you used to work for?
I used to work for Seven Steel Plant, GC, ITC, uh,
Okay.
many industries, Macon.
You were full time into those
Full
or?
time I was doing industrial photography, and
Okay.
in the early morning or in night I used to do painting. So that stopped. There was 42 advertising agencies, small and big. There is no advertising agency. Almost very few agencies is living in Kolkata because industry is closed. I used to shoot for Bata. I remember.
Bata means the shoe brand?
A shoe brand, because one shoe they had a lot of budget to shoot. And Bata was a leading shoe seller all over the world. So that factory shifted to Faridabad, and also this paints company like Shalimar Paints, Jensen Nicholson, British Paints I used to shoot for. So that is no more in Kolkata. There is, but in a very small way. So the advertising, I'm lucky that I know painting and designing. So and now I'm a full-time painter. So it's a long time I'm doing
Okay.
shows, and my shows are, as I told you, mostly in Europe, Japan, and Korea. So I can travel also.
Correct.
After painting in the gallery, the first day is very important for the artists. Inaugural day, people used to come to meet the artist, and after that, I used to go to the nearby
It's
country or
like the
nearby
Friday of a
places.
film.
Yes, and I do watercolor. I travel a lot. So that give me a lot of power, energy. When I was in Czech, I've been to a small town called Rumbuk. It is a city of culture. So there is a Czech dance.
Okay.
So It's fantastic. Dolny is a place in Czech. It's border to Dresden, Germany. So I have good friends there in Dolny. So I traveled a lot. I met a fantastic old man a sculptor in Dolny. So they had a lot of problem also, political problem. They it was belonged to communist country, and now they're liberal. And I've been to Barcelona, Madrid to see the original Picasso of Guernica. So
Do you watch football?
Yes,
Because
yes, yes.
When we
I've
speak
been,
of Barcelona and Madrid,
there is
we-
different.
yeah,
Same
yeah.
country, Barcelona.
There's a big rivalry between
Yes,
the
yes,
football
yes, yes,
teams of
it's
Madrid
there,
and
but
Barcelona.
Barcelona is you can see the very beautiful architecture, and in Madrid there is a museum of Goa. It's a fantastic museum, a Prado Museum. I remember
Okay.
now, and when I was there, it was 200 years of Prado Museum. Then I have seen plenty of Salvador Dali. And Picasso Museum, mainly the Picasso's Guernica, and the best work of Picasso is, I think, lying in Barcelona, in Madrid, and
Okay.
then there is a Picasso Museum in Paris. So I've been there.
In your
also.
art journey, did you have any specific idol? Like, did you used to idolize a specific painter or an artist?
So
Or
a specific painter, I don't want to such a way, because in my country we have Ajanta Ellora, we have Gaganendranath, and luckily I met our topmost artist of India, and I did many books designed for them,
Okay, which
like
is the
Ganesh
topmost-
Pine.
who was the topmost,
like
artist?
Ganesh Pine, M.F. Hussain. I worked with him 3 times. So he invited me for taking his picture, or it's like that. And Ganesh Pine book, I took the photograph. Bikash Bhattacharya, Nikhil Vishwas, Sanat Kaur, many to name. And now I am doing a book on designing on Somnath Hur. It's another part apart from my painting. So I'm more concentrated in my painting. When I do that, I can see their work very intensively.
also,
That
you have worked
enlightened
in
me.
some brilliant animations like Doraemon and Tom and Jerry, I've heard.
Yes, when I was studying animation film in Japan, I used to work for Doraemon, and I used to work for. I met Bill Hanna, the Tom and Jerry man. It was a Hanna-Barbera production. So I met Bill Hanna, and I was too young that time. He was appreciating me so much because I'm Indian, and we have plenty of story. I heard that Jungle Book main boys is from Madhya Pradesh. There is a real story behind Jungle Book. He's a jungle boy, a tribal boy in Madhya Pradesh. I saw the book also. I faintly remember. So,
Mowgli? Was it Mowgli?
Yes, Mowgli. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then I had a plan to do Ramayana, but to be very honest, to stay in Kolkata and Bengal to do something is next to impossible. Ramayana is done already by Bombay, Ram Mohan, with Japanese collaboration. It's a feature film Ram Mohan did with the Japanese collaboration. It's Ramayana. But to do here, oh, by the way, there is a institute called Rupkala Kendra. There is animation course, but the teacher is -0 in animation. Who will teach?
Okay. So tell the audience a bit about the animation you had done to preach sex education for children.
Yes, now what happened when I was doing animation, it was sale and it was classic process.
Okay.
So when I talk about animation, my son, he has given me a Apple tab. And it is possible to make animation if I know the software. So I did several animation. I did several animation for myself as sample. So one animation we are talking about, it's animation. Some ant is going on the floor by line, and then one ant met another ant, and they become close friend, and they doing love sitting on a bench, and suddenly they have a baby. So this is a kind of education to the kids about sex. It's not direct, indirect. And then I did a train how train moves, and this is a kind of experimental animation because I didn't do long time. It is not possible to do animation in Kolkata, but I heard that now SRFTI is doing very good animation.
Okay.
Uh,
So
so-
by and large, if I ask you, what is the role of an artist in the society?
So there is indirectly every stage there is a role. If you have a cup of tea, the cup is designed by a ceramics artist. So tea bag is designed by a graphic designer. So every point there is uh, artist contribution. It may be a graphic a designer. It may be a ceramics artist. It may be a painter. So and it will increase like anything. See, to use all this kind of thing. It was there, but suddenly in our city is missing. See, furniture designer. All the furniture is coming from China or Indonesia. So we have to grow our own things. We have plenty of talent. As I told you, from Kolkata people all young people is going abroad, Europe, Japan, America, or Korea, and at least they are leaving this city to Bangalore or Gurgaon or where we are missing. The Kolkata is missing. Kolkata is missing last 40 years. It's not 1 year story. So this
So do you focus on just like a few categories of painting, or like what is the
well,
scenario
in
like?
that way, I'm doing series of painting. Once when I was in Europe, I liked their architecture very much. So I did plenty of architecture painting. It's called Euroscapes. And when I do this painting in Kolkata, Dalhousie is like Europe because Dalhousie Square is made by the British. And the architecture is from different parts. There was architecture, like our museum is made by Italian architecture because British borrowed them. So
Okay.
all the architecture is different. Armenian, they made this in Park Street, couple of building. So every Sunday morning, it's the Dalhousie is empty. You can, if you walk down, you will feel you are walking in Europe. And
Okay.
there is a church called Saint John's Church. Only in that church there is a piano. I mean, it's
The St. John's Church in Kolkata?
Yes.
All right.
It's a church organ. It's not piano. Sorry, it's church organ. Only in India, I think, only one church organ is in Saint George Church, and there is only one man who can play this church organ. So only Sunday 8 o'clock he used to play. He died very recently. He was Goan. I think he was a copywriter too. So often I go to listen 8 o'clock to St. John Church in Dalhousie. And at the same time, I can see the building, I can do the sketch, or even I paint something on spot, watercolor. So it's Euroscapes I can do in my city. Also, when I travel to Italy or German, so I did plenty of painting, and it's not only big cities. Český Krumlov is a small town in Czechoslovakia. It's a fantastic picturesque. And also there is a small town called Hallstatt in Vienna. So there is plenty of small town all over Europe. It's not only Paris, London, or Prague or Budapest. There is fantastic. So I did plenty of, and this building, I like very much this architecture. That's why I did Euroscapes.
Okay.
Right now I am doing conversation.
Ah.
The people is conversing about confrontation, about problems. That is I'm doing for a long time. So very recently, maybe I'll have a very big show and a book of my work, probably in Delhi.
Okay, coming back to your globetrotting experiences, since you have traveled so many countries, do you have like a favorite cuisine, or is there something like that?
I love to eat all kind of food. I don't have any restriction. Only I don't eat prawn because of a little bit allergy. Otherwise,
You're a full-on non-vegetarian.
yes.
All right.
I like even European food and Japanese food. I'm very much keen to eat
I've heard
tempura.
Japanese food is very light, and that's one of the major reasons why
Yes,
they live
sushi
for so
and
long.
all that. Yes, yes, their food is very healthy food, not
Okay.
much oily. Also, I love Korean food, kimchi. I've been there at least 5 times in Korea. I did 3, 4 solo shows in Seoul and Gwangju, and Gwangju also. Even I was invited in Gwangju Biennale, a big art fair, but due to COVID, I couldn't go. But my work was there, and they sent me their gifts to me in Kolkata.
Okay. Now, what about Bengali cuisine, like mache jhol
Yes,
bhat?
yes, I'm a Bengal. I am from Dhaka, so I
Acha.
like machet jhol, ilish mach, or even uche bhaja. All I'm very keen to Bengali dishes and rices. Every day meal I have rice.
So the first time when you went to an abroad country, a lot of people who travel, they have a problem when it comes to the cuisine because they don't know what they will order, because most of the time
This
they
is
cannot.
our closeness of mind setup, because I face many people ask me, তুমি যখন জাপানে যাও, when you go to Japan, what do you eat? As if Japanese don't eat and they don't survive. It's a rubbish question, because they got so many Olympic award and we got laddu. If our food is so much good, then why we used to get laddu in Olympic?
So, as someone who has seen and achieved so much in life, how would you define success?
It is a very tough question. What is the meaning of success?
What does it mean to you?
Success, different person in different ways. Well, lastly, you ask me what I mean of success. That is a crisis that I cannot do very good painting yet.
Okay.
So I am trying to do, because in my country also there is fantastic painter like Somnath Hor. I've been to his house many times. My teacher is Gopal Ghosh, Horen Das. They are fantastic. So I have to try to reach their
In
level.
your
also.
definition, you're successful or not?
No, I am not successful in my work.
Okay.
In my work, even I have to do much better photography also. So in my
You're in the
opinion, I am not
profession.
successful. No,
You're
no,
in
no,
the
I am not
art for how many years roughly now?
lastly, if you catch the first year, 53 years.
So, what is the driving force every day? What drives you to?
Because I cannot do the good things, so I have to try to do the good work every day. So I cannot produce the good. That is the drive behind me. Because I have worked with Hussein, how lively and I met Hussein's mentor, Souza, who is one of the most expensive, and who was living in Helsinki, London, and New York.
Okay.
So they inspire me, because they get their success. Success mean we think almost everybody we think of money and fame and name, etc. Almost everybody think in that way. So I don't know about that, because
How important is money management in
I'm
today's
very,
world?
very bad in money management.
Okay.
Absolutely rubbish in money management.
Why do you say so?
Because still I don't have a proper studio. Still I don't have a proper shooting place. It's a small place where I used to shoot.
You haven't upgraded from since then.
Yes, I wanted to always I dream of a canvas of 30 feet by 10 feet. I cannot do in my studio. That's why I do the children project, where I can do the painting in a university or in a school. The painting size is 12 feet by 26 feet. I'm the curator. I'm not the painter, but I'm behind that painting. And that painting used to go to many museums of the abroad, in America, or in Italy, or in France. The largest, one of the very famous gallery in France called Continua. It is half an hour from Paris. So there was one workshop of this project.
Okay.
So in near future, I think I can do this big size of canvas because I am always dreaming. I'm doing 10 feet by 10 feet, 10 feet by 15 feet, but I don't have place to do. Huh?
Okay. I'll ask you another question. Since you have experience and work in so many fortes, like in art, in painting, in photography, also you have written a book. So how would you like to introduce yourself, like as an artist or a painter or a photographer or all of this combined? How would you like to introduce yourself
See, this
to
is
the world?
part of artist. Picasso did plenty of photography.
Okay.
And Man Ray is very famous for painter. There is even my country, Satyajit Ray is an illustrator, writer. His family is to run by his royalty of writing, and he was a film director, and he was a musician too. Huh? So in that way, even I didn't do 1% of them. So. There is everything
no
is time
single
management.
identity.
Everything is time management. So see about music. I'm not a musician, but last almost 50 years I go to Sangeet Research Academy to listen the music. So in that way, also when I am in Vienna, I'm listening Western classic. In the Mozart Hall or wherever I get chance to listening to improve the listening part to understand the music. Same thing to watch the painting and much better painter like Ansel Kiefer is fantastic painter of Europe. So I used to watch again watercolor in my city. Shamal Dattora, he died. He was a fantastic painter. So I have to not only Europe, my city, my country. So we have a very good painter in my country. So we have to I have to relate all this. So and now new generation is trying to do a lot. As I told you, she is hardly 40 years. This Pal Kapoor, she is doing fantastic. So I am hopeful,
All right.
optimistic. So I think our young boys and girls will do fantastic. In very near future, very soon. But still, we are not getting award in Olympic. We are in football. We are maybe 115. So our design is very bad.
Do you think the talent is there? Just
Talent is, but design is very bad.
Okay.
You understand? I did a show in
What do you mean by design? Is it the infrastructure? or-
infrastructure.
Alright.
Infrastructure made by the designer.
Okay.
It may be architect. I've been to a place called Sahebganj to design a small city, but it is not possible. It's a lot of problem in my country. But like Delhi is growing up. It's a lot of political problem in our country.
Do you think it's a country or the state?
Total country,
Total
of course, including state.
Okay.
It's a lot of political problem.
So is that the reason you prefer doing most of your exhibitions abroad?
Maybe, of course, it is one of the reason, definitely. Because when I am educated in animation, when I saw in my state there is a animation school and the student is getting admitted, they pass art college and their teacher is -0 in animation. So this is definitely very painful.
Mr. Asit Poddar, thank you. Thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you. Thank you.
Thank you too. So I'm happy that people will see your site.
And they will get to
they will
learn
enjoy.
so much from you
Okay.
and your subject.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If you found this video informative or entertaining, don't forget to press that like, share, and subscribe button. And also press the bell icon so that the next time we post another podcast, you're immediately notified about it. Until then, keep thinking deep.